Skinny Legs here. You know, it's getting really hard to keep track, but I guess this is episode 2 of Spokes, Jokes, and Anecdotes. The series in which I bike around Scarborough, talking about things that are important to me, trying to get some discussion going, and also throwing in the odd joke every now and then. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about becoming a father. So my wife is just a little bit over halfway through her pregnancy. I just wanted to talk about some thoughts. I figure maybe other dads or dads-to-be might be able to relate to some of this. And I figure, you know, since this is about becoming a father, I'm going to throw in some dad jokes where I can. In fact, I actually want to dedicate this episode to my dad, who was a roofer. So, Dad, if you're up there. So yeah, in today's episode, I'm actually just riding through UTSC right now. It's the university I attended years ago. I'm going to be riding down through the UTSC Valley, which is actually what I did the last episode. But this time around, instead of making a right and going up that hill towards Kingston Road, this time around, I'm going to be making a left, riding through Highland Creek Village. Oh, just got to watch out here. And then making my way through Danforth Park. And by the way, that one always gets me. You know, I don't know if you guys know the spelling of Colonel in Danforth. Colonel. Again, just another reason why I hate the English language. But yeah, anyway, there's actually going to be a big difference between this video and my last one. The last time around, I was using the 360 module of the Insta360 twin module set. This time around, I decided why not try the 4K. I didn't think it supported video stabilization, but apparently it does. So hopefully the quality should be a lot better this time around. Please leave some comments on what you guys think about the quality. I still plan to do a video to explain my setup, how to do these types of videos. But yeah, I'll do that sometime soon. So yeah, we're just we're making our way here to the back of UTSC. There's a nice path here. In fact, I might actually just try to slow down here for a second. I don't know if the camera will capture it, but I don't know if you guys can see down there. So I'm going to basically be biking down this. Every time I ride my bike either up or down it, I feel like I'm in a lineup for a roller coaster or something like that. Or it also reminds me of, I don't know if you guys ever watched Dragon Ball Z. Reminds me of Snake Way, making my way to King Kai's planet right now. But anyway, no, I'm seriously excited to become a dad. Mainly for the dad jokes. Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, most of my friends know that I've been telling dad jokes for years. They call me a faux pas. Oh, gotta be careful with these turns. But no, to be honest, I was half expecting I'd be a lot more nervous at this point in time. But no, the excitement seems to be taking over. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I become more nervous as I approach, you know, the birth date of the baby, which is going to be closer to March. But I mean, also at the same time, it helps. I mean, my wife, she's staying calm throughout the whole thing. She's also super excited. She's not stressed out. I feel like that helps. It helps towards me also being able to be just as, you know, excited and calm. Like I'm not stressing out at all. So it's really quite amazing. It's actually, what's really interesting to me is that, you know, I figure most women, maybe even when they're teenagers in high school, they look forward to the day that they could become a mom. I mean, in some ways, they usually look forward to it almost since they're kids. You see kids, you know, little baby girls, not baby, little girls always playing with their little toy babies. Like it's almost as if they're just ready to become a mother right from the start. I don't think that's the same for guys, but I can tell you that back in high school, I was definitely looking forward to it. I remember I was thinking I want to follow in the footsteps of my parents, you know, have a kid in my early 20s. Of course, it was a different generation back then for my parents. You know, everyone was having kids young. But now when I think about it, thank God I didn't have kids in my early 20s. There's no way I would have been ready for it. I mean, even now, today, I still feel quite immature. I mean, heck, just last year I found out Santa Claus isn't real. There I was at the tender age of 32, my life utterly destroyed. But yeah, no, I mean, it's not just me and my wife that are excited. It's like everyone's excited. I find it's very interesting to me that like a baby just brings so much joy into everyone's life. So we just announced just recently that we're having a baby boy. And I mean, one of the conversations that's come up thus far is the topic of, and I'll wait until I pass those two before I say it, but circumcision. I don't want to be saying that out loud. But no, it's interesting because, you know, I had some of my friends have been kind of explaining the procedure. I mean, I knew more or less what it was about, but you know, they explained it. Oh, sorry. They explained the procedure in depth, explained the costs. I didn't realize it wasn't covered by OHIP. But you know, I mean, it's funny. Like, it's something I never really thought about before. I could tell you, like, I definitely naturally lean towards not doing it. You know, certain friends, certain family members trying to make a case for it. I mean, if you ask me, it seems like a total ripoff, and then not to mention the costs. So, yeah, we're just making our way right now. I don't know if you guys remember in the last video, I actually continued going the right way. Now I made a left here. I'm going to be going up a hill, which I hope I don't breathe too heavily like the last time, but we're making my way through Highland Creek Village. But yeah, no, it was funny. It was in the weeks leading up to the gender reveal. I'd have this conversation with family members, friends. You know, you go to them, you're like, or, you know, hey, Uncle George, hey, we're having a baby, you know. What do you think? What do you think? It's going to be a boy or a girl? And, you know, he would say something like, oh, I think it's going to be a girl. But it doesn't matter what it is, as long as the baby's healthy. And I would get that same reply from everyone. It's almost as if like everyone took a class on how to answer that question. And honestly, I feel like a total idiot over the years. Like, people would come to me and, you know, Justin, hey, we're having a baby. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be a boy or a girl? I'll be like, I think it's going to be a boy. And we would just be staring at each other for 10 seconds. I'd be like, what? I didn't realize at the time I was supposed to complete the sentence, you know. But no, like again, like my wife, she's doing really well. Obviously, she's going through some physical changes, but she's handling them all quite well. I mean, but the thing, and I don't want to poke fun at it, but obviously, other than like the physical changes that you would expect, the belly getting bigger, I mean, there's things that most women will tell you if they've been pregnant, like you get food aversions, for example. But there's been some side effects, you know. These are like kind of small little things that, you know, I've been noticing about her, she's been noticing. One example is, and the thing I tell her, I said, you know, these side effects you're going through, it's like, I feel like I've had these things for years. I've said, you're only just now catching up to me. But for example, like, you know, getting up during the night to go pee. You know, she's been doing that lately, and I said, geez, I've had that for 3 years already. Or another one is, you know, after, let's say we're watching TV for about an hour. Actually, I'm gonna get on the street here. So we're watching TV for about an hour, and we get up and we're both lightheaded. She's only had that recently. I've had that for 6 years. And then there's this term she's coined, baby brain. I don't know if you guys ever heard. I don't know if that's a widely known term, but it's just this idea that she's quite forgetful these days. My wife, she's usually not forgetful, so it's kind of funny to see her forgetful for the first time. The one that always makes me laugh, she'll open up the fridge. She'll be staring into the fridge and can't remember why the hell she even opened up the fridge in the first place. I told her, I said, you call that baby brain? I've had baby brain since I was a baby. And heck, don't even get me started on the farting. Holy jeez. Kind of remain quiet as I get up this hill. I don't do well with hills. Like I said, they don't call me skinny legs for nothing. So yeah, just about approaching the Highland Creek Village area. just enjoy the sights for the time being as I catch my breath. Whew. When I used to go to UTSC, I used to ride my bike through here like every day. Very nostalgic to be riding through here again. Okay. So, but yeah, other than the physical changes, I have to stop here. Other than the physical changes, obviously some emotional changes as well. But again, I got handed to my wife. She's been just pretty good with the whole thing. However, the point I want to make here, and this might be the most important thing I might say in this whole video, I think part of the reason why, you know, she's been handling it so great, and I don't want to tap myself on the shoulder, but I feel like I've been pretty good at being supportive over the last, you know, since the beginning of the pregnancy. See, the thing is, you know, as couples, everyone gets into little arguments all the time. Can't avoid them. The question is, how supportive can you be as a person towards that other person in your relationship? And, you know, as good as I try when she wasn't pregnant, you know, no one's perfect. However, I find myself doing a much better job these days at being supportive. And I don't know if it has more to do with, actually I think I know what it is. It's probably the fact that, you know, she's carrying our kid, our child. I mean, I want the kid to be happy, I want her to be happy, I want them both to be stress-free. So it's like I'm doing so much on my part to make sure that nothing stresses her out. You know, at the same time, like I'm basically just trying my best to make sure that both of us are not getting stressed out. And honestly, like, I would really like to know if, you know, any dads watching this, any dads to be, if you could recall when your wife was pregnant, can you remember just being extra supportive, extra nice, like just, you know, just really not, you don't want to start up stuff. Just gonna cross here. Obviously not the best thing to do, but I couldn't see any other way for me to do it. So yeah, sorry, now I'm just heading in towards Colonel Danforth Park. Yeah, oh, by the way, another funny thing I noticed. So anyone that has kids might be able to vouch for this, or when you were like having a kid. But you hear like these stories sometimes as like of your kid giving you almost like these special powers. It's hard to explain, but it's like, you know, imagine you're a couple, you know, maybe you never finished your university degree, maybe you never had the motivation to do it, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get pregnant, maybe unexpectedly, and all of a sudden there's like this newfound motivation to finish your degree. And I figure I know where that all stems from. It's like you just want to provide your baby, your son or daughter, the best life possible. So you're gonna make that stretch. You're gonna do things you never did before. So one example of this, you know, from my own life, from even just like a couple of weeks back. So one of my biggest fears in life is public speaking. A lot of my friends know this. I had this small little presentation I had to do a couple of weeks back. And as usual, I was freaking out about it the night before. I wasn't getting any sleep. And I remember I was tossing and turning. And I remember at one point, my wife was sleeping, but she, you know, I guess in her sleep, she kind of flipped over, so she was facing me. And I just remember her tummy was just kind of right in my face. And I remember I was thinking about the little baby just growing in her, and it gave me like this strange sense of confidence. It's really hard to explain, but I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? If that little baby boy growing in her womb right now, if he can do this presentation, so can I. The next day I had the presentation, I fucking bombed it. Horrible, I mean, absolutely horrible. I don't know what I was thinking. No, I'm just kidding. It actually went all right. But no, I mean, trust me. Like if you're having a baby soon, or you might find the same thing. You might find that you're getting like these extra feelings of courage, or I don't know how to explain it, but it's the best way I could explain it. But yeah, I mean, not to get into too much of a personal topic here, but I find it, you know, of course, as adults, we're always, you know, so busy with work. You know, there's all these things going on, visiting with friends, family, you know, it seems like it's non-stop. You never have like a time to just relax. But it's, as hard as it is to find time for intimacy at times, when your wife's pregnant, it becomes that much harder. I mean, half the time I feel like she's feeling sick, you know, morning sickness, all that. The other half the time she's feeling tired. You know, she gets home from work, wants to take a nap. But I found a little secret, a little loophole. I find on Sunday, there's a small window of time between 3 and 3:15 p.m. where I find that's my window of opportunity. I'm not even kidding. I set phone reminders for it. And you know, again, just to talk a little bit more about intimacy. Here's an anecdote. I mean, the series called Spokes, Jokes, and Anecdotes. I don't know if I give you guys enough anecdotes. Here's one. If you think about when you first get together with your partner, think about the first few years. You know, when you guys are getting intimate, there's usually like this thought in the back of your mind of, oh crap, I mean, what if we get pregnant? You know, oh shit, we're not ready, you know, stuff like that. And and then if you think about like a few years after that, you know, eventually you guys might get married, and then you decide as a married couple, okay, let's try to have a kid. We're ready now. So now in the bedroom, all of a sudden, those thoughts in the back of your mind become, oh shit, we got to get pregnant. You know, this has to work. You know, there's so much pressure. But then your wife gets pregnant, and I would say I find for the first time in my life I'm having worry-free sex. I mean, other than worrying about setting those phone reminders, you know, because I'm quite forgetful, so sometimes I forget to set those ones up. I miss out on a week. But yeah, I mean, so by the way, I'm already definitely through Colonel Danforth Park. I'm going to keep riding my bike. I'm actually heading towards the beach. This would be Lake Ontario if I keep riding this way. But no, I'll just finish off by one last thing. So again, I'm hoping maybe I'll do another video on this topic, maybe you know, closer to the due date, or maybe right after, I don't know. It would be cool to kind of document this whole journey that I guess I'm going through here. I guess the last thing I'll say is my wife gave me one job. I mean, if it was going to be a girl, she wanted to name it. But since it's a boy, she's like, I'll let you do it. She's finding out now that that's a big mistake. All of her co-workers, friends are all saying, you never let the husband name it. And I can see this for myself. I mean, so far the two best names I could come up with is Vegeta and Neo. Now, I'll be honest, I actually kind of like, I mean, Vegeta is kind of a bit of a joke, but Neo, I actually really quite like it. Nice Matrix reference, NEO. So yeah, I got my my work cut out for me here. I got to figure something out before the, you know, because at the same time, my wife, she's talking to the baby every night. She's singing to it, and it's true what she says. I mean, it would be nice to kind of already give it a name beforehand. You know, just so the baby because the baby's obviously hearing what's being said. So yeah, I'll try to come up with something soon. Maybe I'll leave a comment in the video when I figure that whole thing out. But anyway, just to finish off, I gotta just say thanks guys for listening. like I said, I'm very, very excited to be becoming a dad. I think all first-time parents, you know, we all just want to give our kids like the best life possible, you know, provide them with unlimited opportunities. Heck, my dad always used to say, you know, the sky's the limit, which is probably why I got fired as an astronaut from NASA, but you know, that's another story. But anyway guys, thanks for listening. Please leave your comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what the, you know, I guess especially from the guys, you know, I want to hear your perspective on things, how, you know, if you're in the process of becoming a dad like I am, you're midway through, first time dad, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any jokes as well. I mean, pass those to me as well. All right, Skinny Legs out.